share the screen with Mark Wahlberg.
Mark Wahlberg. He had a really hard time with that.
Yeah.
The late Larry King and the currently living Tom Segura.
Yeah, Tom goes, see, you got it. He goes, yeah, he's a good friend of mine.
Mark Wahlberg. Cavaliers are in Philadelphia tonight to play the 76ers. That's a 7 o'clock tip-off wherever the Sixers play. And you'll hear it here on WMMS. Your FM home for Cleveland Cavaliers basketball. Where do the Sixers play? The Wells Fargo Center.
Yep.
That used to be something else, though. It's only been Wells Fargo for a few years, I thought.
It was the Spectrum back in the day.
That's what it was, the Spectrum.
But is that the same building?
It was yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I believe so, because it was Spectrum 2 in the mid-'90s, and then Spectrum like way back in the day, but Wells Fargo Center. Anyway, who cares? Cavs, Sixers tonight on MMS, 7 o'clock. You can listen here on MMS. You can listen on the iHeartRadio app. I was watching this girl. I don't know if she's English or Australian. I think Australian. She set a record for eating the most. She ate 100 McNuggets in 4 minutes.
That's what?
Sorry.
How?
14 minutes.
But still, how? Man, I tried to do the nugget thing that one time, and I got to like 30 or something. I was like, I can't do this. That's insane.
A girl named Nella Zisser. She ate 100 chicken McNuggets and 12 packets of dipping sauces in the process. 13 minutes and 50 seconds. And I was like, oh, I'll watch this because that'll be interesting, or there's a morbid curiosity. I couldn't get through it. I was so sick to my stomach just watching her do this. And all these competitive eaters are skinny. These aren't fat people doing these things. They're all these people that have some kind of crazy metabolism or I don't know. They have cow stomachs or something. I don't know. But just watching it, I was like, oh my God. It was like torture. I can't imagine what it was like for her. I always think of the aftermath of these. Like for the next week.
Just that feeling of
that
bloat
first
that you're
dump
gonna have.
After.
Yeah, that dump's going to be bad. And then just all that salt, that is, ugh, that bloat that you're going to have from it.
McDonald's chicken McNuggets. Let's see how quickly we can
She pours them all out on a big tray.
Mm-hmm.
And then just proceeds to eat them and dip. And
this. 3, 2, 1, and go. Very tasty.
She flies through these, though.
Yeah.
Oh man, I can feel like lots of gas in my stomach, but I think the chicken nuggets are blocking it. Oh, there we go.
Oh yeah, because I forgot to mention, she's also sitting there. Her drink is a 2 liter of Coke.
Vanilla Coke.
Is it vanilla Coke?
Yeah,
why wouldn't you have water?
Vanilla Coke, no sugar?
You're just going to get all the more bloated.
Maybe it helps.
Again, I know nothing about competitive eating, so.
Man, she really does go through these. I mean, that's a lot of chicken nuggets.
Yeah. 13 minutes and 50 seconds.
A lot of sauce, too.
Gas in my stomach, but I think the chicken nuggets are blocking it.
She makes the move.
That was pretty good.
Partway through from sweet and sour to barbecue sauce. So maybe that's the trick. That's how you get through them all.
That's the nugget hack?
Yeah, that's the nugget hack. If you want to eat 100 nuggets, you can't stick with one sauce the whole time. You got to switch it up. Although I do love that sweet and sour dipping sauce.
That's the only kind I've ever... Anytime I've ever... And I haven't had McNuggets in probably 20 years, but I would always default to the sweet and sour.
It's real good.
What are the other ones? I only know barbecue and sweet and sour.
They have honey mustard.
Honey mustard. But didn't they have like 4 or 5 back in the day?
I think they have a ranch or something. I usually just go with the sweet and sour. But they used to not have a honey mustard. They used to have a hot mustard, and they had honey. So that's what I really liked at one point was you get the hot mustard, and then you have the honey on the second bite. And it was...
That's the real nugget hack.
It was very good.
So 100 chicken nuggets eaten in 13 minutes and 50 seconds. Oh, pardon me.
Oh, pardon me, burp. But just watching her do it, I'm like, oh, God, this is
And not even
awful.
struggling. Like, she's
plowing through them.
Going right through it. And
yeah.
No problem. I mean,
yeah.
Good for her.
Probably gets a lot of exercise in the process, goes out for a run.
Yeah, what that mouth do?
After she eats all them nuggets.
All right. Hold on. Had to finish my gummy worm.
Poundcake, how many gummy worms could you eat in 13
phone.
minutes and 50 seconds? These winners talking his ears off for?
Yeah,
he's got tickets. Move on.
I don't know if it's a winner or somebody actually calling.
Alan, that's
Seems
why
like
they're
going in.
skinny, because they purge afterwards.
Oh, that's still not a great feeling.
No,
to
that's
do all that eating, then
to
throw
cough
it all
up
up.
100
Yeah.
nuggets that you just ate. Oh my God, that can't possibly be worth. I mean, I don't know if she set a record. I don't know if there's some monetization there. Holy cow! My mom used to mix ketchup and honey for my McNuggets when I was a kid. Now I'm a 41-year-old grandma, and I still do it.
That's just what ketchup needs is more sugar.
Right. A 41-year-old grandma.
Welcome
I'm
to
not-
Ohio, baby.
I mean, I'm not good at math. My youngest brother was a 39-year-old grandfather. But wow, I know the math is okay, but yeah, okay. Hey, White Rick.
Hey, what's up, Alan?
Rick, how are you?
Good. When the show's actually on.
Are you referring to the free iHeartRadio app?
Yeah, I texted you when it was at 8 minutes. It got to 16 minutes before the show came on, a straight commercial.
Yeah, I know, bro. I know. I send people's comments and complaints to our to the appropriate people in charge, and then I let them go down the rabbit holes and try to figure out what's going on. But I appreciate keeping me abreast, because obviously I don't listen to the app.
I was
So
just telling Cody, did you realize that because I'm on a PC, like I had the MMS site up, there's literally an ad choice window that runs the commercials right in your face as they're interrupting the show.
yeah, again, I don't do I have nothing to do with the stream. I forward people's complaints, Rick, is all I do. So when you have them, I appreciate getting them.
Well, this is one of them days again, because it did it the first hour and did it the second hour. The second hour, I counted like 16 minutes straight of ads.
Understood. I'll tell you what, though, you know what's going to make it.
Some minute got cut off. And
Right.
just, like, I heard what's her name, Flo from Progressive, for like 10 minutes.
Mm-hmm. Well, Flo's very popular. She's been the pitch woman there for many, many years. Okay, thank you, Rick. I appreciate you trying to listen however you can. If it makes you feel any better, if you do go to WMMS.com and use the keyword fish, you're going to get all the fish fries in the area. If you are looking for a fish fry, they're going to have them in alphabetical order. From A to, there's probably not a Z. There's a lot of saints in there, a lot of STs in there at the churches.
And what is
From A to W.
What is the logic behind the fish fries again? Because that's not something that we did
Lent.
as Mormons. But like, what? But why can't you? Why do you have to have fish on Fridays?
Well, it depends on if you believe the religious explanation or the actual explanation. Okay. Historically, it was so that fishmongers had a day where they could just sell stuff when people weren't buying the rest of it. Yeah, it was just commerce. Yeah. History is no different than modern time. Just follow the money. But religion, it was all wrapped up in...
Before there was Taco Tuesday, there was Fish Fridays.
That's right. Okay. But religion-wise, it's all tied up with loaves and fishes and, more symbolic than anything else. That's my understanding.
How come loaves don't get any love then?
I dropped a loaf last night that really should have gotten some attention.
But I mean, no one's talking about the loaf that they're eating on a Friday.
I was set to call my congressman last night. I dropped this fluffy loaf that, boy, I was very proud of. Broke apart right there in the bowl. The thing of beauty. I was reading about, let me find this, an AI thing that they are deploying that will be able to, an artificial intelligence model that will detect mental disorders based on your web posts. Now, see, this thing. If you've ever seen, if you've ever thought, wondered if artificial intelligence could explode from too much information.
Explain this again?
Well, I think what they're using this for is to detect people who might engage in self-harm before they do. To try to find people who might be having a hard time. But you could just as easily use this for people who are trolling online. An AI model that will detect, well,
probably could figure out if people are trying to harm other people too.
Well, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
That too, both. An AI model for detecting mental disorders based on web posts.
Web posts.
And they're going right to the source for their experiment. They're using conversations on Reddit so that they can try to gain an insight into people's mental states.
Why not check, like...
I feel like this is a stone we don't want to turn over. Like, I feel like
That's
this is
what
gonna
I'm
be
saying.
Not good. It'll be like, 98% of people on Reddit are severely mentally ill.
Let's let sleeping dogs lie
Right.
in this case.
I think this is just human beings being lazy. If you really want to know if someone's depressed, listen to their SoundCloud. Like, that's how everyone else does it.
Well, the people who are putting this together say the social media offers an easy way to tap into people's behaviors because the data is voluntary and public. People are voluntarily publishing things for other people to read. So it's not an issue of some kind of weirdo data collection or anything like that. You are voluntarily typing comments online. And they're focusing on emotional disorders. So they're looking for signs of major depressive behavior or anxiety or bipolar, things like that. So that should be interesting. That'll be really, really fun. Because, so far, artificial intelligence, there is the Chicken Little camp, the people who say this is going to end mankind as we know it. And then the other camp that basically says, look, as of now and probably for a long time, this isn't going to be able to do what people think it's going to be able to do. They've done these experiments in the past where they release an AI learning program onto the internet and it immediately becomes a Nazi. So it's like the AI model immediately becomes racist and, it's all in favor of whatever Christian fascism is sweeping across this country right now. But that'll be fun. Why not?
I mean, they're gonna get results. That's for sure. They're definitely gonna find some people that have some disorders.
Yeah,
you're not gonna. There's no lack of data.
It's a rich field of. They're going to be working overtime on this.
Now, are they going to alert the people that they are analyzing and be like, "Hey, based on what we saw from your Reddit post, we think you might have some sort of mood disorder."
Hey, are you feeling okay? Mm-hmm. Hey, buddy. I didn't see anything in there that said that they were going to do that. I think they're just using this as a way to see if they can train the AI to.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm sure it starts with keywords and things like that, and that would be all that they would have to go by as the published word, as it were. Alan Cox Show After Hours line, that always works. Never have to worry about that. You want to drop a message, 216-986-8903.
Hey, guys, it's Mike out in Huron. I have to say, there are certain things that I do not agree with Poundcake on, probably more than I do agree with him on. But after hearing the comment made twice now on the show, most recently, I believe just on Tuesday, him making the comment that Evanescence is punk rock, I would agree with that. Now, I know Alan is the music guru, and when it comes to this kind of stuff, I usually, will listen and will agree with more of what he says. But in this situation, I have to agree with Poundcake. Now, I do question whether or not it has to do with the fact that he and I are the same age. Maybe it's a generational or an age group thing. But listening to certain songs of hers over the years, growing up, and jamming out to those, I would have always put those in the punk rock category. So just something that I again, don't always agree with Poundcake. Rarely agree with Poundcake, I should say. But this one, I got to agree with him on. So thanks, guys. Have a good day.
I like how he has to qualify that he never, ever agrees with you.
Mm-hmm. They always do.
I let me reiterate, Alan, I never, ever agree with Poundcake. Yeah, I think that's a weird thing to agree with you on, by the way, that to him, Evanescence would constitute a punk band. We gave Poundcake a hard time because he referred to Evanescence as a punk band.
Well,
I thought that was very strange.
The way that Poundcake looks at punk music, I can see why he would think that.
Well, yeah, but the thing is that, like, there are generational differences in music, obviously, but if you listen to the bands that represent the genesis of punk music, if you were to listen to Sex Pistols or Ramones or the New York Dolls or Dead Boys from Cleveland, Ohio, right? None of them listen to Evanescence. Or, I'm sorry, none of them sound like Evanescence. And I guarantee
And
that
Evanescence doesn't sound like them.
and that band probably would never refer to themselves as a punk band.
band, no.
They're just like a straight-ahead rock band.
Yeah.
But Poundcake was kind of putting it through the Hot Topic prism, too.
I absolutely was.
But that's about style, not about sound. That's got nothing to do with what a band sounds like. So I was kind of, I'm surprised that that's where he finds common ground with you, is Evanescence is a punk band.
However you get there, just as long as you get there.
Is that true? However you get there?
Is you're sticking it to the man, right, Poundcake?
That's right.
Sticking it to all the men.
Yeah. Well, you got a date this weekekend?
No, not
No,
really.
he's doing lockdown this weekend.
Well, I wasn't sure if he was serious about that or if he was just kind of...
If I have sex with anybody, they're going to come to my house. I'm not going to theirs.
Oh.
No dates, though. But I have some...
You have prospects.
I have a guest lined up.
Trying to think of the
You have a
last
guest lined up?
Yeah.
Trying to think of the last time I had sex with somebody that wasn't at my place. It's been a long time. Right back to the... I don't even know if we ever...
Home field advantage?
Yeah.
My roommate is seeing a new lady, and she's been over a lot, and I can't tell if they're like holding out or they just have really quiet sex because I have not heard them not once. I'm like, I hope they're not being courteous for my sake because I don't care. But if they are, I don't know how I can have sex quietly.
Not everybody makes a ton of noise.
But I just,
Like what's the noise?
I don't know.
Where would that come from?
You would hear a thumping or like a mattress, like squeaky, like what? I don't know.
Especially in the old house like he lives in.
Well, I was gonna say if you have a squeaky bed, you would.
But
but not everybody's banging a headboard against the wall.
And also, I mean, I've had threesomes since I've been there, so I guess we would be a lot louder than the normal person, like if you just have a partner. But like, it's just
why would a threesome be loud?
Because there's giggling involved.
Oh, there is?
Yeah.
There wasn't any in mine.
Duh.
Giggling involved.
Gotta have all that giggling. A little foreplay. Get some giggle action going.
Wow. I'm completely unfamiliar with giggling during a threesome.
You get back there.
Oh, you're doing the giggling.
No, not just
This guy. Oh, God. It just must be torture having this guy in the middle of a threesome.
Why would you say that?
What do you mean, why would
Why would you say that?
Giggling.
We all giggle.
No, why?
Because we all see each other naked. It's fun.
What's so funny about that? You're there to get down.
You're there to
Terms
get...
like,
What
if
are
you're
you
giggling
pointing-
and saying naked,
Are
you
you-
shouldn't be having sex. You're disgusting.
I rest my case. Are you pointing and laughing? Like, what's the funny part?
I don't know.
I understand a little bit of like maybe quiet, nervous laughter with, but to the extent where it makes noise and other people can hear it, giggling.
Yeah.
What's going on in there? Where's all the laughing? Oh, Poundcake's having a threesome.
Yeah. He's really killing it.
Really? Wow.
You think his podcast is good. You should hear his threesomes. Hilarious.
Last year's Rodcast. Wow. Giggling. Hey, listen, you do you, boo.
I do. I enjoy myself.
I just didn't realize that there was so much entertainment value in your sexual activity.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, there's definitely been times if I'm comfortable with something, I've made jokes during sex. It's not the best thing to do.
Well, listen, it varies by person.
Yeah.
The whole thing should absolutely be fun. Don't
Yeah.
get me wrong. I hope everybody's having fun, but giggling.
Giggling.
That's-
Because you see them naked.
Okay, what's so funny? Imagine the other two people. What's so funny? I just saw you naked. What? Could you hand me my pants, please? I'm leaving.
I will be naked around you no more.
Naked, that's right.
No more naked time for you.
Yeah, wakey, eggs and bakey. Time to get naked. I'm on a break. It's a good time to do it. Our friend Jason Lawhead is going to be along a little bit later on. He's an Alan Cox Show comedy tour alum from way back. He's back in Cleveland to do some shows at Hilarities this weekend, so we'll catch up with him in a bit. If you want to text 35192 to do that, and we'll be